Qatar bans beer sales at World Cup stadiums.
Here's a summary of the article.
In an abrupt about-face, Qatari officials have decided that the only drinks that will be on sale to fans at stadiums during the month-long World Cup will be non-alcoholic. The decision on beer sales was confirmed on Friday morning by a World Cup official familiar with the change in plans. The official asked not to be named because they were not authorized to speak with the news media, and because Qatar was still preparing its official announcement on Friday morning. The move is the latest and most dramatic change to an evolving alcohol plan that has for months increased tensions between FIFA, soccer's global governing body, and Qatar, a conservative Muslim nation where the sale of alcohol is tightly controlled. It also will complicate FIFA's $75 million sponsorship agreement with Budweiser, infuriate fans already chafing at restrictions, and once again leave organizers scrambling to adjust, this time only 48 hours before the tournament's opening game. It also suggested that FIFA, which has faced years of blistering criticism for its decision to bring its showpiece championship to Qatar, may no longer be in full control of major decisions related to its event. The organization's official fan guide notes that ticket holders will have access to Budweiser, Budweiser Zero, and Coca-Cola products within the stadium perimeter, for at least 3 hours before games, and for 1 hour afterward.
This post received a score of 77,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Just a reminder that Qatar had to agree to accept all of FIFA's sponsors to host the games. And that FIFA did force Brazil to change its alcohol laws in 2014.
What was the law in Brazil that they changed?
Alcohol being sold in the stadiums was not legal in Brazil except for the World Cup.
It was legal for the 2016 Olympics as well. Source. Was there.
Thank you for your investigative journalism, my friend.
Like the good journalist I learned to be in my senior year journalism class that spring, I made sure to sample it to confirm it was in fact beer. Don't tell the US government though, was only 18 at the time.
Looks again at the framed MA in journalism on the wall and laughs. Some of the savvy faculty in grad school, 1990, told us the internet would obliterate journalism. Glad I discovered textbook editing.
Judging by the state of the news outlets today, I'd say journalism is well and truly obliterated.
Lol, yay, some of them really do suck. But sometimes I wonder how much this fake news narrative is amplified by disinformation campaigns in order to hide the real truth. Every dictator or shifty MF uses it whenever journalists expose their bullshit.
Everything is dialed up to 11 for ratings. CNN has had breaking news alerts flashing constantly for 20 years. Former print outlets like NYT use editorials as their lifeblood. The shift now is becoming podcasts giving people their daily dose of news, which means people sift and sample not just which comedic form of entertainment news they want, but they also get to not only read between the lines, but create the lines wherever they see fit to create their own personal narrative. The news used to exist as a fourth estate in the US, a final check on the three pillars, but it no longer serves that function.
What a shit show. But FIFA brought this all on themselves. They don't care because they likely got massive bribes for this.
Crazy thing is the bribes were exposed like a month before the vote and it was still allowed to stand.
I mean, everyone knows that's how it runs.
So they do the abuses sober?
Not necessarily. The article states, beer will still be available in luxury suites reserved for FIFA officials and other wealthy guests.
That feels even worse somehow.
That's just how oppressive regimes work. The normal folks get punished, the wealthy get pampered.
Rules for thee, but not for me. The rich get away with anything in Qatar, it's only the poor or foreigners who will suffer.
I'm sure Budweiser and their legal team will have a thing or two to say about this. FIFA are now stuck between a rock and a hard place. I hope they get crushed.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.